Hello, my name is Siney. I joined Decca in 1989 and I've been a balance engineer and recorded on many Decca productions since then. What made Phase 4 so unique in its philosophy was the idea to zoom in to various areas of the orchestra and spotlight them and highlight them and bring them out in the stereo panorama mix, where normal classical record companies at the time, their idea was to capture the overall picture, almost as if you're in the best seat of the concert house. But Phase 4, they wanted to really get in there and highlight and bring out the various sections where a solo was happening. They really wanted to zoom in on there and make you aware that that solo was happening and get a nice, vibrant, bright sound as well. Classical recordings, normal classical recordings always have a lot of the hall ambience around, which is what you get when you sat in the concert hall. Where Phase 4 wanted to get that real vibrant tonal quality. So the microphones were placed in such a way to get this exciting, and it was very much a unique sound at the time. I can demonstrate to you now how engineers are able to zoom in onto certain areas of the orchestra. I've got a Puccini recording here where 24 microphones were recorded on separate tracks. And this mixing desk, each fader here, is able to control each microphone separately. So I've got the main microphones over the orchestra, then I have spot microphones on the first violins, on the woodwind section and the brass. So I'll play a section here and the clarinets and the rest of the woodwinds need to be highlighted. So I'll play without highlighting them and then I'll play the same section and zoom in and show you what can be done. So underneath the clarinet's got a little solo section going on there. Underneath the voice, it should be like a duet, so I need to bring the clarinet up. So I'll play the same section again. There we are. So that's the clarinet on its own. That's how the microphone sounds on its own. Now I'll blend it into the mix. So now we have the voice and the clarinet equal. So that's a better balance now. This is a Neumann M50. This is designed to pick up signal from all around. So on a normal classical recording, this would be placed, you'd have three over the conductor's head, two desks to the left of the first violins, and another one, two desks out over if the cellos are on the right hand side. And those 5 microphones would give the general pickup. Now with Phase 4, they'd have, it's a very similar microphone except it's got a lovely jewel at the front. This is a 49, an M49. And this is designed just to pick up what's in front. So anything behind doesn't get transferred at all. So each section of the orchestra would be highlighted with a microphone. And the engineer on his mixing desk would be able to control the level of those microphones and be able to zoom in if they had a solo, as I said. But to get this more vibrant pickup, they'd place the microphones much closer to the instruments. And normally on a classical session, these M50s are placed about 3 meters high. 3 meters 20 is the magic measurement. But with Phase 4, they'd often have them at eye height. And Arthur Lilly, this infamous Decca engineer who very much had green fingers, he was self-taught. As again, they didn't have recording schools in those days. There were no university courses around. But Arthur had the gift, and he would walk around an orchestra and listen. If it sounded great to him, he'd say, right, let's put the microphone where my ears were. And he'd have the microphone about the height of his ears. So, and from that, he'd place all the microphones in the orchestra. Sometimes there'd be 20. And he'd go back to the studio and work out a mix. Well, although these microphones were the staple diet for recording engineers in the 50s and 60s, it was decided that engineers wanted something smaller and more discreet, and that's what the microphone manufacturers came up with. And they stopped the production of these. But then engineers found that the sound of these, it just couldn't be bettered. They went to the cupboard and got these out, but of course they started to go wrong and break down, and fewer of them were surviving. And as a result, today, these sell for terrific sums of money. This microphone now would be worth, well, $10,000. And when you think on a Decca classical recording you need 5 of them, on phase 4 as well, they'd have a number of them as well. You're talking about serious money to replicate what they were able to do back then. Fortunately, Decca still possess 22 Neumann 50s, 22 of them, and Abbey Road have a similar figure. There we go.